The experts say the advice is the same as always. Get the shot.
Getting boosted is contributing greatly to preventing severe cases as well as death.
Dr. Jason Rosenfeld at the University of Texas Health System says the vaccine and its boosters won't prevent you from getting COVID, but the effect could be the difference between feeling like the flu and being on a ventilator. And when it comes to getting the shot,
don't forget to
remain free, and they will remain free.
Like Danny, right off the bat.
Period, but we just don't know how long that is.
So Rosenfeld says, get that shot now while it is still free. I'm Richard Johnson.
Sweden, the winner of the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest.
We got how long for the news to end?
Marine came in first this year with her song Tattoo, beating out 25 other countries to take the top prize, which means the contest will likely be held in Sweden next year. NBA Boston Celtics legend Bill Russell passed away in early July at the age of 88, but his legacy lives on. On Thursday, a 1957 Topps Bill Russell rookie card sold for $660,000 at auction, setting an all-time high for a Russell.
Those cards Uncle John have.
The rookie card became the third
Stop
most
looking into
expensive vintage basketball.
I organized them last year. They're all in the
Myers,
boxes.
USA News.
Took me 2 weekends to do
Hi,
it.
I'm Ronnie Deutsch, and if you or your business owe money to the IRS, I've got great news for you. Tax laws have changed. Billions of dollars are earmarked for IRS Fresh Start programs, and if you qualify, you can literally save tens of thousands of dollars. Listen, I know what you're going through. Call me if you want to speak with a tax attorney or tax professional for free.
800-284-9275. That's 800-284-9275.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVDF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
270. Enter. There we go.
Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
And good morning and welcome to Middleboro Matters. I'm Joey Driscoll.
Matters?
In review. Middleboro in review. Yeah. This is what happens when you have two shows. You get confused sometimes. Middleboro Matters. No. Again, Middleboro in review.
You're starting off good there, kid, huh?
Great start. Great start to the show.
All you gotta do is get two shows right. That's it. You gotta get one right on Thursday, and you have to get one on Sunday. Okay.
This is Middleboro in review.
In review. Sunday show. Okay.
Oh, we have a phone call. Let me get my headphones on.
Hurry up. Get it.
Yeah, I know. Takes me a second. All right, we're gonna say good morning to our caller. Good morning, caller.
Hey, Joey, this is Chris Keith. I just want to remind you that your morning program is called Middleboro in Review.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
There you go. Now you got the boss yelling at you.
Middleboro in Review this morning. It's Sunday, folks.
No.
Anyway, good morning. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good now. After that interesting start to the show.
You're not going to do that again.
It's been a bar review today.
On Sunday.
Yes, it is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Later on, we'll be talking about some Mother's Day songs. And we'll be talking about that in a little bit. And also, we have a lot of other things going on, so we're going to get to that as well throughout the show, a lot of local stuff. So, I want to first off say thank you to Danny Hartman, who called in last week We had a great conversation with him. We always do. He is the his channel is Distant Signals. He is the owner of Distant Signals, the creator of Distant Signals on YouTube, and he is always an interesting person to talk to. And last week was no different. Don.
Well, he's a producer too. He's a producer. He works for a TV channel, and he's done some well-known documentaries too out there on YouTube. And it's just good to have his voice because he's so professional at what he does. All the videos out on YouTube on railroading, he has the absolute best, in my opinion. It's the most structured. It's the most professional out there, and he works hard, and he does his research, and he makes sure everything's right. He's sort of a perfectionist in a way, in which is a lot of times there's an art a lot of people don't have. So he works really hard. So if you watch a 15, 20-minute video, he spent hours and hours and hours putting it together, and he's just good at what he does. He's good at his craft, and when he takes the time to call us and we talk about things under the sun on the videos he's doing, and just chit chatting about other things, it's really important that he just really respect him and really want to thank him for taking the time to call us, because he's a busy guy.
All right, so thank you, Danny, for last week. And we have weather to get to here. Right now, outside of our Taunton Federal Credit Union studios at 14 Church Green, it is 48 degrees, sunny skies. I don't believe there's a cloud in the sky, so that is a good thing. 69 degrees today for the high, 42 for the low, 76 tomorrow. Nice and sunny tomorrow as well. Maybe a couple of clouds here and there. 52 for the low tomorrow night in Taunton. In Middleboro, 49 degrees. A high of 68 today, a low of 41 tonight. And on Monday, 76 degrees with a low of 51 and mostly sunny skies. In Driscoll, North Dakota, 72 for the high today. Currently it is 51. And mostly sunny skies today once again in Driscoll, North Dakota. 75 tomorrow with a low of 48 tomorrow night. And in Driscoll, Texas, it is 70 degrees with cloudy skies. Rain in the forecast today in Driscoll, Texas. 85 degrees for the high. 69 for the low tonight. And on Monday, rain as well. 82. And Tuesday and also Wednesday as well for rain. Sun returns on Thursday in Driscoll, Texas with a 90-degree day. So the temperatures are rising in Driscoll, Texas. It usually gets pretty hot there as well. It usually is in the hundreds during the summer. So we're getting there.
I had a friend
in
of mine,
Texas.
Billy, who lives in Melbourne, and they packed up his vehicle, him and his brother Frank, and they headed up to Pennsylvania last week. They did the journey last weekend, and we didn't have a chance to talk about that because it's a brother and brother ritual that they've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years. When Bill has to head up to PA, he takes his brother Frank, and they spend a few days in the car together, and then I guess Frank spent the week with my friend Billy, and that's important that they do that because it seems like it's a tradition. And now when he heads back down to Florida in the fall, well, Frank will fly up and they'll ride back together, and that gives a chance for Frank to go home and go home and see his other brother Ed, and so it's great that they do that. It's a bond. It's a brotherly bond is I find very special, and I always look forward to how we made out and how the trip went, and road trips was always fun.
Yes.
So, but I was talking to Bill. He said down in Florida, it was starting to get a little hot down in Melbourne. So
yeah,
it was So you're right about the South now. It's
it's getting pretty warm now.
Yeah, everyone's heading up north.
So.
Anybody who's a big one as a snowbird is already up here or on their way up here from Florida.
So a couple minutes ago, we said we were going to talk a little bit about Mother's Day. There's two songs pertaining to mothers I want to talk about today. The first one we're going to talk about is Paul Simon's Mother and Child Reunion. Song by, of course, Paul Simon. It was his lead single from his second studio album, which was called Paul Simon, and released on Columbia Records in 1972, January 17th, 1972. The single, of course, is Mother and Child Reunion, and the B-side is Paranoia Blues, for anyone who wants to know what the B-side of that single was. A little bit about the background of the song. It was at the time one of the few songs with a non-Jamaican musician to use prominent elements of reggae. Simon was a fan of reggae music, and he listened to artists such as Jimmy Cliff, who was very, very good, Desmond Decker, and Byron Lee. He wanted to go to Kingstown, Jamaica to record the song, as that was where Cliff had recorded his anti-war song, Vietnam, in 1970. Don, now your thoughts about Paul Simon, Mother and Child Reunion?
Definitely got a Jamaican feel to it. And that was, I think, reggae was really starting to catch a little bit in the early 70s. Bob Marley, Jimmy Cliff, I think they were really starting to get some airplay. Yeah. So the American radios were sort of hearing it. Not as quite, but so that was, and for Paul Simon to take that stance and try to create a song like that, especially in '72,
yeah,
and it turned on a hit. So I think that particular song kind of helped push reggae into the mainstream a little bit. I mean, I know reggae never really got too much airplay, but it did a little bit. But if it did, I think anybody who spun records was a DJ. You could talk to them, and then he could tell you if they put a lot of reggae, played a lot of reggae on radio stations at one point in time. But I think it kind of pushed reggae almost into the mainstream, because I started listening to Bob Marley around 1984. I listened to my first Bob Marley when I was in high school. So, I mean, it was going around. So I think that song we might have gave it a push. And it's a great song.
It is.
It talks about Mother's Day.
It does, yes. Second song I want to talk about is Mother Love, song by Queen. For the album, it was included in the album Made in Heaven. One of Queen's last songs. It was Freddie Mercury's last song that he wrote. So this song was released in 1995. This was recorded in May of 1991. A couple of months before Freddie Mercury passed away in November. He was unable to finish this song. This was recorded with Queen instrumentals included, with Brian May and the others, in 1993 through 5 at Mountain Studios, which is in, I believe that's in Sweden. I don't have it in front of me, but I can look that up. So it was released there. It was recorded there with the Queen instrumentals included. Mercury recorded 2 out of 3 verses of the song before becoming too sick to record the rest. So May recorded the final verse of the song himself. It was the final song co-written by Mercury and May, and was also Mercury's last vocal performance. Mercury's vocals were recorded between May 13th and 16th of 1991, after the Innuendo sessions. So
3 days?
So just 3 days, yes.
So, yeah. Wow. He moved on quite a bit for 3 days.
He did.
Because 3/4 of that song is done by Freddie Mercury, and the last verse was done by Brian May. Wow. And they kind of put a different ending on that song too. It's a little, I don't know. You have to hear it. It's tough to explain on the radio how that ending is, but I think it's more of a tribute to Freddie. But talk about working right up to his death, pretty much.
So Mountain Studios was a commercial recording studio founded by American singer and composer Anita Kerr and her husband Alex Grob in 1975 within Montreux Casino in Montreux, Switzerland.
Montreux,
yeah.
They rebuilt it.
Montreux, yes, Montreux is a very important city or town when it comes to music, for sure.
Well, yeah.
Rock music in general.
Yeah, and they smoke on the water. Like
Smoke on the water.
Big fire.
Yes.
So
that is Mother's Day. Those some Mother's Day songs.
Those are
for
great
a
songs.
recommendation to listen to
Sure.
today for Mother's Day.
And I want to say something about all the mothers out there. Your job, no one can do your job. Nobody. It's not easy, and I remember a lot of times spending a lot of time with my mom, and she lived in Florida, and I used to visit her all the time. But she put up with all my crazy antics, meaning I want to fly. She lived in a place called Inglis, which was near Crystal River, about 2 hours north of Tarpon Springs, Clearwater, St. Pete area. So, I mean, it was easy to fly into Tampa, and she picked me up there. And I want to fly into Jacksonville because I'm going to save $40. Would it be easier to go to Tampa? It'd be easy on me. Well, I want to go to Jacksonville. And she put up with it. I'd fly in the Jackson. She'd drive 5.5 hours to pick me up and drop me off. They wouldn't complain. She'd do anything for me. She'd have my American chop suey wait for me. She always made American chop suey. So when I got home, there was a big plate of American chop suey. Anything I wanted to drink in the refrigerator. It's just, she passed on, and I really miss her. So if you have your mother, you give her a big hug, and you squeeze her and hug her, and you tell her that you love her, because when she ain't there, she isn't there. And all my my mother-in-law Ellie too, she's awesome. She's passed on, and that's just it's just and Joey loves her, my
Yes.
wife, and so it's real important to their job is the most special job out there. Their job is the most important job out there. And I know we have Father's Day, but that's irrelevant. Father's Day is all right. It's good to have, but Mother's Day is the mother load.
Yeah.
Per se, it's the big one. It's the most important.
Yes,
one.
Mother's Day is the big one. Father's Day is important too.
Yeah, it is.
Father's Day is important
it's
too.
all right. I mean,
but Mother's Day is definitely.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to take one away, you keep Mother's Day. Mother's Day is very important. And on another note too, a lot of people are heading out to visit mom, grandmom, whoever. A lot of traffic later, right?
Yes, there will be.
State police, tow truck drivers, service drivers out on the highway. Please just pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Let those, do not. You see state police have anyone pulled over or dealing with anything on the side of the road. Try to, the move over laws there for a reason. Try to move over. And if you're in the left lane and you see somebody trying to get into the left lane because there's a, lights down there, or his service vehicle lights down there, down the road a bit, and you can see them for half a mile, quarter mile. Please, let them get over. Let the state police, let police department, fire, EMTs, first responders working on the side of the road, let them go home. Let them enjoy their Mother's Day. Don't get in a senseless accident. There's no need of it. And also, too, a lot of people on motorcycles today. Beautiful day. These days in May, people taking their bikes out.
Yeah.
Look twice. Okay? Not every bike has loud pipes. Okay?
Yeah.
Always look twice. All it could be a bike. There's kids are everywhere on the side roads. If you go down the side road, just try to go a little slower than you normally would. You know what I mean? If you're your life isn't as important to, whatever. And if you ever had an accident or whatever, your whole life is ruined.
Yeah.
Because how can you live with yourself if you went and had an accident and it was your fault because you were speeding, because you had to go somewhere or you had something important to do? It's not too important. You'll get there. You'll get your stuff done. So it's just important. The weather's nice. Be really careful on the interstates. If you have to pull over and try to fix your GPS, don't do it on the side of the highway, please. Just get off the next exit. Find a safe place to, and then you can play with your GPS, make your calls, do whatever you got to do. Just the exit's probably a half a mile up the road. Just get off the exit, because if you pulled over and you're trying to fix something, or you're trying to fix your GPS or reprogram it, state police is going to pull up behind you and ask you, checking on you because they don't know what you're doing. They think you might need help. And now you got two vehicles on the side of the highway. And there's been some high-profile accidents in the last few years of state police troopers getting killed. And I think there was one when a state trooper was hit. I think it was by a tractor trailer. And the person who state police was checking on was pulled over to check on their GPS. And there was no need of that. They could have gone off the next highway. So it's senseless. It's just, the highway isn't, if you break down, that's when you have to pull on the side of the highway. You don't pull over on the side of the highway to change a diaper, or you just get to the, if you can get to the next exit safely, get to the next exit safely. And whatever you need to do in your vehicle, just do it there. So many people out today, and I'm noticing, I drive for a living, so I'm noticing a lot of traffic, and I'm noticing a lot of people are just not paying attention. It's important to pay attention. You don't want to have an accident. You want everyone to go home to their loved ones. It's Mother's Day. You want everyone to celebrate your Mother's Day with their mothers. So it's just important just to try to stay awake, just try to stay alert, and just be safe. That's all I got to say.
All right, let's take our first commercial break. I'm Joey Driscoll. I'm joined by Don. This is Middleboro in Review.
I love it. I love that. You know what? I love that Chris called you up. I love it. You're never going to make that mistake now. Ever. Because he's going to call you and yell at you. He didn't yell at you, buddy. That's kind of embarrassing, huh, Joe? Huh? I'm glad he threw me under the bus. I'm glad he threw me in the oven now.
It happens to everybody.
No, it doesn't. It only happens to
Does. It happens to everybody.
Come on, that's amateur.
Sometimes people make mistakes.
Amateur hour 101. Come on.
Sometimes people make mistakes.
How long have you been doing this show? Come on. I'm so glad he called. You're never going to do it again. I love it. I love that he called.
I'm not perfect. Moving on.
Okay.
All right, Middleboro in Review.
In what?
In
what?
Okay, enough.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Enough. Let's move on.
Okay.
Middleboro in Review. This is May 14th, 2023.
Mother's Day.
Yes, Mother's Day. This is WVBF 1530 AM 99.7 FM. We'll be right back. Alright, let's see.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open
Getting Middleboro news?
Yes. What we're doing next.
On Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed.
We're trying to get the commercial done. It's at 7:20, but you got the commercial break at 7:20 instead of 7:27. But all right, no biggie.
When's Nick on? In the first or the second?
Second.
Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Focuses on all veteran care facilities provide warm meals,
downtown art jam. That's next week.
We have members from nearly all 50 states and
River Festival.
Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support,
136.
CVMA2-2.org.
Hi.
Why does it do that?
I don't know.
Each week, we
It's kind of
present the
annoying.
latest information on health,
Honestly.
legal, and lifestyle issues that affect you and your family. It's fascinating, fast-paced, and fun as we explore all aspects of the Medicare maze. So join me for Medicare Moment with Martha, Saturday mornings at 8 and
I gotta
Sunday
play an extra
mornings at 9
commercial because I'm
on
logging into my
AM
Gmail. Yeah, it
1530
takes me a
and
second.
99.7 FM, WBBF, your hometown radio station.
Extra commercial time. Alright, let's see.
I guess a package is being delivered today.
What?
In the mail, a package. But I mean,
Oh?
it's Sunday though.
Oh. I didn't get it.
Yeah, here we go. We got it. Check in June 2nd, 3 o'clock. June 3rd. One night.
Nice. Alright.
Nice.
Good. Good to know.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna stop.
Good. Good to know. Alright. Alright. One more commercial after that. We got the Emerald Isle commercial. Alright, today is the 14th. Okay, so we got that.
We did good. We got all those hotels
Every Sunday
booked.
from noon to 2 o'clock here on WBBF, the sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some
Awesome.
Irish
Good.
comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WBBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
Good. Blue and red mic. And we're back as I turn the music down. There we go. This is Middleboro in Review. I'm Joey Driscoll. It is 7:33 a.m. on May 14th, 2023. And I'm going to switch over to a couple of some local things going on. First off, blood drives. There are several blood drives coming up in the month of May. Wednesday, May 24th at Lakeville Public Library, 4 Precinct Street in Lakeville, Massachusetts, from 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And on Friday, May 26th at Church of Our Savior, 60 Union Street in Middleboro, 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. for that blood drive. Also, the towns of Somerset and Swansea invite residents and members of the public to participate in upcoming blood drives hosted along with the American Red Cross. The next blood drive will be June 12th from 12 to 4:15 p.m. And then they have one on July 24th, which is a Monday, from 12 to 4:30 p.m. And then Monday, September 5th, November 13th, and December 18th. Those are all Mondays. Monday, September 5th, Monday, November 13th, and Monday, December 18th. those don't have times yet. Oh, those final 3. The Somerset Council on Aging building, located at 115 Wood Street, is the location for these blood drives. Donors must register for a donation time online ahead of the clinic they wish to attend by visiting redcrossblood.org. Anyone 17 years or older can donate blood so long as they are in good health and weigh at least 110 pounds. There is no upper age limit for donation, so as long as the individual is feeling healthy and well and meets the other criteria, they can donate blood. In Massachusetts, a 16-year-old may give blood as well, but they are required to have a consent form signed by a parent or legal guardian prior to donating. So, blood drives. Somerset, Swansea, and also Middleboro and Lakeville have a couple of blood drives coming up. As well, Don, your quick thoughts on that.
That's good that you're covering a lot of the towns. I mean, Halifax has a lot, and Bridgewater, and in some areas of Taunton, but you're covering a lot of them. So, I mean, you're giving the listening audience ample places to go.
A lot of opportunities,
yeah,
yes.
I think you really pushed up the blood drives. And, guess who I talked to yesterday?
Who?
Ray LaPre. I went by the St. Vincent Food Pantry in Middleboro, and he was working in the meat department there. And I talked to Dave Cunningham, too. And I'm officially going to be a volunteer over there. I'm going to drive the truck.
That's great.
Yeah, I just, everything's all set. Everything came back. So there's a guy there, Patrick, who kind of runs the place. So he gave me his card. So anytime I have a Saturday free, I can just call him the night before. And so I'm looking forward to it. They got 3 trucks there. And they were happy that, I got a Class A and I'm a professional driver. So that helps. But it made me feel good. But Ray said to call him. And he's definitely willing to call in. So maybe you can call him Thursday. Or
absolutely. I'll give him a call. I'll give him a call this week.
Chuck was...
tomorrow.
Yeah, Chuck wasn't around. We didn't get to talk to him yet. But I think he's going to be back around so soon, too. Hopefully we'll get back in the studio soon. And
maybe I'll set something up for either this next Sunday or the following Thursday, which is the 25th.
Yeah, you got somebody calling in.
I got someone calling in this Thursday.
So who's your guest for your Thursday show, Middleboro Matters?
Paul D. Giuseppe, who is Economic and Resources Head at in Middleboro.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about all the economic things, all the economic side of Middleboro, and
that's a new position, right?
Stuff as well.
That's a new position in Middleboro.
I think that's a fairly new position,
yeah,
yes.
So he seems to be, actually, he's called you like 2 or 3 times already?
Yes, 2 times.
Yeah, well, the interviews are great.
Yes,
he likes calling in, and he's very energetic, and he really likes it. He's really passionate about his job, so I think you guys make a good fit as far as getting the message out, and what Middleboro's all about as far as a destination to go.
Absolutely.
It really is, if you think about it.
There's a lot of things to do with Middleboro.
There's plenty of things to do in Middleboro. And the new commuter rail station will be opening up, and that's closer to the city center, the town center. It's not the city. But it's right, it's probably a 10-minute walk, and you're pretty much in downtown Middleboro. The Lakeville, Middleboro, that's a little further away. That's Lakeville. It's up. You got a little walk to do there.
That's about a mile, a little less than that.
I think it might be about a mile.
About a mile.
I mean, it's 10 minutes just to get out to 105, and then you got to walk underneath the highway, then out, and then.
Yeah, it's a walk.
Yes, it's a walk, but they got a pedestrian crosswalk with lights being installed. You can see it if you go down the section of Route 28 where the double bridges are on 28. So station's looking good. The parking lot's paved. And from there, you cross the street and you can walk down any of those roads, Vine or the one that's adjacent to Vine, or walk to the corner, where the Dunkin' Donuts is, and in the corner there, and walk 105, and that's probably literally just about maybe a 5 to 10 minute walk. And then boom, you're right in the center. And then you could walk down, and you got plenty of restaurants and shops, and plenty to do. And yeah, I think hopefully, because I mean, what's stopping somebody from Quincy or something like that just saying, hey, let's hop on the train and let's go walk around the downtown Middleboro. And I love the idea of that, leaving your vehicle at home and just hopping on the commuter rail. You can do it on the weekends for $10. They have the $10 commuter rail package, and you can hop on it and you can say, let's go to Middleboro and walk. Somebody who's never been to Middleboro can come in there with their family, and they walk from the train station and they check the Middleboro Center out, and it's walking. And there's plenty to do, and then they can get something to eat at one of the restaurants and do some shopping, and just can walk by, and Middleboro Town Hall is beautiful. You can go there and just camp out and have a cup of coffee and check out the Veterans Park. The memorial's there. It's one of the most impressive ones.
It is. It's a really great.
It's one of the most impressive memorials I've ever seen in Massachusetts. I haven't seen them all. We were in Orange, Mass. last Saturday, not yesterday, but last Saturday, and they have an impressive memorial.
They really do
for World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
And I believe they have a Civil War one as well, but it's not at the same location. It's somewhere else in Orange.
Right, and they also had a World War I statue with a soldier with a little child walking. It was a nice depiction of what our troops dealing with humanity at its finest and at its worst.
Yeah.
So I was impressed with Orange, but nothing beats Middleboro. They cover everything. You want to walk there, it covers the war on terrorism, it covers Somalia, it covers Iraq, Afghanistan, everything. And it's just, and they got the patio bricks too from all the donors, and they did a really good job. And Middleboro Town Hall, you can just stare at it. It is so nice, and you can bring a little lunch and just sit on the lawn and look at and just sit there and just watch everyone go by. And there's always something going on in Middleboro.
There is, yes, there is. There's always something. There is something going on.
There's always some sort of craft fair going on. There's always something going on.
Yes.
So that'd be a great destination, and Middleboro is a destination, in my opinion.
Yes, and pretty soon the town hall concerts will be going on.
Yes.
I think the schedule for that will be announced very soon.
Right.
Not sure when. Also, Soul Homestead's going to have some great summer concerts coming up as well.
Sure.
That will be announced pretty soon too.
Right.
Or that might actually be going to happen pretty soon. I think June.
What's good about Soul Homestead is if it rains, you can go indoors.
Yes, it's indoors.
You have an indoors. They usually play outdoors, but if the bugs are bad, bring it indoors. Vice versa. So
yes.
I mean, you can. And we're seeing some pretty good shows there. So
we have.
It's a really good.
We have.
And you can walk around and you can check all the farm animals out, and it's a beautiful little spot over there. But I'm really talking about pedestrian thing.
Yeah.
People come from other towns where they can just jump on the train. If you live in Brockton and you want to come check out Randolph, or you live in Randolph, Brockton, any of the commuter rail stops along the way, and then later on when this line's open, and just, next summer you're gonna be able to go down to jump on the train and go to New Bedford. That's what I want to do. I want to jump on the train and go down and walk around New Bedford. Just walk around I never really done that. I've always had a vehicle, and if I go there, I've driven by there. But something about walking around a town, and you're a pedestrian the whole day because you left your vehicle at another location.
Yes.
In the town you live in. So I'd love to jump on the train and go to Fall River and just walk through. And that way you find these little places that you normally don't see when you're driving around because you're too busy driving around and paying attention. But it's going to be good. And then when the new commuter rail opens up, I think all these towns will be interlinked. And same here. East Taunton, I hope they have like a shuttle bus service to take people who come in and they can get dropped off here at the Green, here at the Taunton Green, and then frequent the shops around Taunton too. So I think it would be good. Hopefully people embrace it, and I hope the T, brand new infrastructure, so you shouldn't have many delays, right? No more delays. T, no more delays. Okay. I don't know.
That might be a little bit too much to ask.
I don't know. Well, whatever. We gotta, you gotta move forward. We gotta be optimists. Not
Yeah. Anyway.
Jar's half full, not half empty, right?
Yeah, we'll see. All right, moving on.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, the Taunton Lodge of Elks 150 is honoring all those who served and currently serve. Veterans and currently enlisted military members are invited to join the Elks for lunch every third Wednesday of each month, which the next luncheon is coming up this Wednesday at noon at the Elks Lodge in the Industrial Park, 775 John Quincy Adams Road in Taunton. So that is where it's going to be this Wednesday, May 17th at noon. Lunch is provided free of charge and no reservations are needed. For more information, please call 508-824-1500. Again, that number is 508-824-1500. Or email mail@tauntonelks.org. Again, that is mail@tauntonelks.org. The Downtown Art Jam in 2023, the 2023 Downtown Art Jam, is coming up at Liberty and Union Park, Taunton Green, Trescott Street Gallery, Real Art Studios, May 20th, which is Saturday, from 1 to 5. The Art Jam is an art immersion experience for all ages and abilities. Art Jam is a hands-on or hands-off as you want it to be. Get creative or enjoy watching others do their thing. There'll be some live music, live art demos, food, craft vendors, dancing, and much more. Face painting, there'll be merch available, and much more. So the Downtown Art Jam this upcoming Saturday. And finally, the Taunton River Festival by the Taunton River Watershed Alliance is coming up in June. Sunday, June 11th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Ware Village Riverfront Park in Taunton. That's, again, Ware Village Riverfront Park in Taunton. Free admission. There'll be crafts. There'll be vendors. There'll be exhibits there. There'll be turtles. And much more. Music and dance by Ragtime Jack Radcliffe, and the Rose Wharf Band, the Unlikely Strummers, and Silver City Dance Center. There'll be food as well. There'll be hot dogs and ice cream and much more. For more information, call 508-828-1101, or you can email director@savethetaunton.org.
When is that?
June 11th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's a Sunday.
Oh, that's awesome. June 11th, so that's, it's a Sunday. We should check that out next, after we get off.
Yes.
That riverfront area is awesome. They did such a great job. That's a great ramp. They got the little dock and the ramp. We went there, me and my friend Kevin went there and launched this boat there. And we went all the way down to Battleship Cove, and it was so cool getting up close to the battleships and the cruisers and the subs and stuff. We went right in the little lagoon there, and no one yelled at us to go away. So we got a little real close and really checking out the USS Massachusetts big time, and it was awesome. And then there's a little place just past it that you can pull over and get lunch. You can dock up and get lunch. You get fuel, and then we made it one time. We made it to Providence. We cruised up. It was clear. It was clear and calm enough to go to Providence. So we went from Providence to Taunton on a boat. It was great, and that Taunton River is absolutely beautiful. It's anybody who hasn't been down that river on a boat or canoe. It's narrow for the first, I'd say, half a mile. And then you go by TLMP facility on the right. You could see. And actually, they have like a little, it's funny, too, because they got like a little boat launch, too.
Yes.
Because they must need the boat for something. But I guess you go right behind their facility, their plant, their big plant there. I believe it's on 138. So you see the back of it. And then you just wind your way through, and then you go underneath that first bridge in Dighton, the one that we built there over near the school, over near the Aggie. The agricultural school, Bristol Agricultural School, I believe it is. And then and it opens up, and then you start seeing the marinas, and it opens up, and you go a little further, and you can see where the train trestle used to go over the river from the west bank of the river over to the east bank, just right near Somerset. You can see where the piers are, and that's cool because you can see the old piers. But that's where I believe the Somerset line, because there used to be a line that ran down on the west side of the Taunton River from over in Taunton. That's where the junction was, and you could see anybody who lives over near the Weir that there's an old railroad abandoned section that runs pretty much down on that side of 138, and then it crosses over, so you can see those piers, and then you can see all the ships tied down there. So anybody has a boat, go there, go launch at that park, and it's a beautiful park, and the ramp is nice. Ramp's beautiful. It's all done over. You got a nice dock. You can back it in, tie up, and it's a really good spot. Just make sure you go south. Don't go north in a motorboat because you won't get far. But that's good for canoes and everything.
All right. It is 7:51 a.m. We are going to take another commercial break, our final commercial break. In this commercial break, you will hear Nick Geronimo Landscape Supplies. I want to thank Nick Geronimo Landscape Supplies for sponsoring Middleboro in Review.
He moved. He used to be in Rock Village.
Yes. He used to be a sponsor of us a couple of years ago.
Anybody who knows where Winnetoxet River Provide is in Plimpton on Route 58, that's his new location, just past Tractor Supply on the left-hand side. Anybody who's familiar with that place is his new location, and he has a lot. I mean, he has everything he had when he had. So anybody who's familiar with his Middleboro location, he has moved.
All right, so we'll take that commercial break right now. I'm Joey Driscoll, joined by Dawn. This is Middleboro in Review on WVBA 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. We'll be right back.
Everybody loves a winner. The Rags to Riches story has become a part of the American dream. And you can hear stories like these every day on the Success Journal. Hi, I'm your host, Chris Whitten, inviting you to join me for the behind-the-scenes stories of those who risked it all while reaching for the stars. Listen every weekday for the Success Journal.
The Success Journal. It comes your way at 7:50 a.m. Monday through Friday as part of WVBF's Morning Wake Up News.
That's new, huh?
Brand new.
Give Nick Geronimo Landscape Supplies a call today at 508-947-5363 for same-day delivery service. He offers mulch, stone, and wood chips. He also offers granite bird baths and Yukimi lanterns. Visit his new location at 364 Main Street in Plimpton, 1 mile from Tractor Supply in Carver.
That it?
That's it. Stick commercial.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville.
Don't forget to call Ray.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bother him today. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
Directly across the street from Sacred Heart Church in downtown.
I always picture him with a beard. I don't know why. He doesn't have a beard.
No?
You ever met him?
No, I think I've seen pictures of him.
Yeah, but you never been in here.
I never met him. No.
So no one's ever come in except Chuck, right?
Yes.
Programs, utilities and rent assistance, agency referrals, clothing and furniture vouchers,
and temporary lodging. For more information, go to svdbmiddleboro.org. May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
Hey, I'm back. Every Tuesday and every Wednesday, it's Coffee with me, Tony Wolf.
Do a quick program update too.
Local topics, but more importantly, your calls. Every Tuesday and Wednesday, starting at 9 a.m. It's Coffee with Tony, only on your hometown radio station, WBBF.
You helped him with that, George?
I did. It came out great.
Yeah. Was he happy with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
It came out really good.
Yeah, man.
And we're back here on Middleboro in review as I turn the music down. There we go. Quick programming update for today. And every Sunday, I try to do this every Sunday, or every couple of Sundays. I should try to do it every Sunday. Maybe I'll try to do that for the summer. That'll be my summer resolution, is to make sure I do the Sunday program update schedule at the end of the show every Sunday.
So as soon as you forget, someone's gonna call you up on it.
Yes.
You're gonna do it every week.
Yes.
You got to do it.
Anyway, so quick programming update. After us is the Bread of Life program with Pastor Ortez Van Cross. Great message every single Sunday. 8:30, the Rosary. 9 o'clock, Medicare Moment with Martha. Always great information for any individual that might be turning 65 or is 65 and wants to learn more about Medicare. She always has great topics every single week on Medicare Moment with Martha. 9:30 to 11, we'll have the Talking Information Center. There'll be different things going on there with that. 11 o'clock, we come back for our second part of the broadcast schedule of the day. And 11 to 12 is Musical Odyssey with Ed Sutka. Today's program is The World of Ludwig van Beethoven. Very good classical music artist or composer. Ludwig van Beethoven. One of my favorites. So this is The World of Ludwig van Beethoven, Part 1. So you'll hear a lot of great Beethoven compositions today. And at 12 to 2, Sounds of the Emerald Dial with Jim Larkin. And 2 to 3 o'clock, Stand Up Strong with Ed Miller and Bishop Tony Branch. Try to remember to say Bishop Tony Branch.
What are you?
Every single time. So that is our program schedule.
Chris
for
says
today.
it. Chris says it when he does the promo, so if he's saying it, you better say
yes,
it. Right?
So that is our program schedule for today, May 14th, 2023, Mother's Day. Our Today in History, 1800, the 6th United States Congress recesses, and the process of moving the federal government of the United States to Philadelphia to Washington begins the following day. 1948, Israel is declared to be an independent state and provisional government is established. Immediately after the declaration, Israel is attacked by the neighboring Arab states, triggering the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Birthdays. 1752, Timothy Dwight IV, American minister, theologian, and academic. 1761, Samuel Dexter, American lawyer and politician, the 4th United States Secretary of War, and also 3rd United States Secretary of the Treasury. 1904, Hans Albert Einstein, Swiss-American engineer. 1905, Herbert Morrison, American soldier and journalist. 1936, Bobby Darin, American singer-songwriter and actor. 1943, Jack Bruce, Scottish-English singer-songwriter and bass guitar player. 1944, George Lucas, American director and producer and screenwriter, founded Lucasfilms. 1952, David Byrne, Scottish singer-songwriter of the band Talking Heads, and he also has a great solo career as well. 1989, Rob Gronkowski, the Patriots tight end, great. 1998, passings now. 1998, Frank Sinatra, American singer-songwriter, passed away on this day in 1998. And 2015, B.B. King passed away on May 14th, 2015. That is everything for today.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
When you were young, when you were 2.5, 3 years old, your first vision in the music was that David Byrne, Like Humans Do.
Like Humans Do, yeah, by David Byrne. Yeah.
You sat in front of the computer, and it used to be this, it was just a song that came on. I think, I don't know where the song came from, how the song came, but you were fascinated with that song. So I think that's the first song you've ever been experiencing with that song.
Yeah, so David Byrne, Like Humans Do, is one of the songs that I believe Windows Media Player back in the day had as built in. And it was built in. It was really cool.
And you played it over and over.
Yes, because it was a good song.
It was just, and you were like,
and it still is.
And you were 2.5, 3 years old, I think. So that was your first introduction to music, was that particular song.
Absolutely.
So I guess that's why you mentioned, hey, he has a great solo career, because
he does.
It's something personal to you.
And the Talking Heads are awesome too.
Yeah.
Well, I think so. I think so, Don. I think so.
Okay.
Okay, we're moving on. And we'll be back next week for the May 21st edition of Middleboro in Review. And I'll be back on the air on May 18th, Thursday, for another edition of Middleboro Matters with my guest, Paul Di Giuseppe. Until then,
Happy Mother's Day to
and
everyone.
Happy Mother's
all the
Day,
mothers
yes.
out there. Have a great, wonderful day.
And until next time, bye-bye, everybody.
Good joke. I didn't talk too much, did I?
No.
A little?
No, you're fine.
Well, I kind of had to talk about the river.
No, it's fine.
Because they're trying to sell that river, and, I went down the river.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Bye-bye, everybody.